2, 3, 4.
Good afternoon, noontime. Well, it's still morning. Who knows? If you're in Taiwan, it's probably afternoon. So, yay! More bar prep. Last night didn't go so well, so time to double down, buckle down, get some work done. So we got this multiple choice question practice. We're going to begin now. We're going to do a little bit of zoomy zoom. Ah! Go away, news. I don't like you. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do we're gonna do this, and we're gonna figure out how to. We'll do this. Let's edit the layout, or let's try this one. I'm gonna edit me. We're gonna edit this. I'm gonna say goodbye, other random person. We're gonna say move me. Bloop, 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 bloop. Over here. Make me a little bigger, a little smaller. Bloop, 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 bloop. Save that. Save that. No, I want to be up top. You son of a gun, I want to be up there. Oh, well. Anyways, that should work more. Well, no, it doesn't quite work. Son of a gun. No. No. There we go. I like that over there. Cool, we can deal with that. That was good. We can go over here then. Bloop, bloop. Get a little bit big in it. All right. Oh, it's timing me. Shit. Okay. Ready. A driver returning home from a long work shift at a factory fell asleep at the wheel and lost control of his car. As a result, the car collided with a police car driven by an officer who was returning to the station after having responded to an emergency. The officer was injured in the accident and later sued the driver in negligence for her injuries. The driver has moved for summary judgment, arguing the common law firefighters rule bars the suit. Should the court grant the motion? The answers are no, because the firefighters rule does not apply to police officers. No, because a police officer's injuries were not related to any special dangers of her job. Yes, because the accident would not have occurred but for the emergency. Yes, because a police officer was injured on the job. All right. So let's say, okay, so the firefighter's rule, right, is, okay, if you're a firefighter or an ambulance driver or a police officer, right, and you are driving to, hang on, chat. Hey, chat. Shut up, chat. I haven't explained it yet. All right. So the firefighter's rule is like if you're a firefighter, a police officer, or an ambulance driver, right? And you're on your way to emergency, speeding and going through freaking like red lights and stuff, and end up getting into emergency. Like it's an emergency and you're going fast, running red lights, and like trying to catch somebody or get somewhere fast, right? And you happen to get into a car crash, then there's a lack of liability for the injury that comes from that, right? But this time, it's an off-duty police officer, right? Police car driven by an officer who was returning by... Oh, no, he's an on-duty officer who's returning to the station after having responded to an emergency, was injured, and sued the driver in negligence, all right? So... what's going to be B? F you, chat. I think we got to figure out after every one how we do. Okay, ready, submit, go! Hey, oh, correct. Oh, good job. 1 for 1. Hello, holla. Shut up, Mokuba. All right, let's see what I got now. Let's keep it going. During a comprehensive evaluation of an adult patient's psychiatric condition, a psychiatrist failed to diagnose the patient's suicidal state. One day after the misdiagnosis, the patient committed suicide. Shit, YouTube's probably going to ban me. Thank you, fucking bar exam. The patient's father immediately after having been told of his son's self-deleting, suffered severe emotional distress, which resulted in a stroke. I don't know if emotional distress is a precursor to stroke technically, but okay. The patient's father was not present at the patient's appointment with the psychiatrist, nor did he witness the sushi slide. The father has brought an action against the psychiatrist to recover for his severe emotional distress and his resulting stroke. Is the father likely to prevail? Probably fucking in California he is. No, because he did not sustain any physical impact. No, because the psychiatrist's professional duty did not extend to the harms suffered by the patient's father. Yes, because the father was a member of the patient's immediate family. Yes, because the psychiatrist reasonably could have foreseen that a misdiagnosis would result in the patient's sushi slide and the resulting emotional distress of the patient's father. See, I understand what you're saying with B, but I don't think it's B. Okay, remember the Take Care of Maya case, right? The medical malpractice resulted in Beata Kowalski's sushi slide, and they were able to recover in torts because it affected the family. So even though a doctor owes a duty of care, right, the professional duty does extend to harms to the family if it's negligent, if it's malpractice or extremely grossly negligent, right? Oh, but so I was going to say A, but for a claim of emotional of wait severe emotional distress for emotional distress, you have to be a related family. You have to be part of the member's immediate family, which is right, but you have to also witness the thing and have a physical injury that results in psychological damage. I'm gonna say A. B might be right, but we're gonna say A. Let's see what happens. Damn it! It was B. You son of a bitch, chat. All right, fair enough. That was good. Job, chat. You should take the bar. A car owner washed his car while it was parked in a public street, in violation of a local ordinance that prohibits the washing of vehicles on public streets during specific hours. The ordinance was enacted only to expedite the flow of automobile traffic. Due to sudden and unexpected cold weather, the car owner's wastewater formed a puddle that froze in a crosswalk. A pedestrian slipped on the frozen puddle and broke her leg. The pedestrian sued the car owner to recover for her injury. At trial, the only evidence the pedestrian offered as to negligence was the car owner's admission that she had violated the ordinance. At the conclusion of the evidence, both parties moved for a directed verdict. How should the trial judge proceed? A. Deny both motions and submit the case to the jury because on the facts, the jury may infer that the car owner was negligent. B. Deny both motions and submit the case to the jury because the jury may consider the ordinance's violation as evidence that the car owner was negligent. C. Grant the car owner's motion because the pedestrian has failed to offer adequate evidence the car owner was negligent. D. Grant the pedestrian's motion because the car owner's admitted ordinance violation. I'm going to go with D. So I think that makes it negligence per se. That's my gut. Oops. Come on, motherfucker. Don't do that. Son of a bitch! I'm going to fail the bar. C. So the right answer is grant the car owner's motion because the pedestrians failed to offer adequate evidence the car owner was negligent. I thought if you violated a statute that was made to prevent harm, it's negligence per se. Balls. We're going to fail the bar. A host pointed an unloaded revolver at her guest, threatening to shoot him. The guest knew the revolver was not loaded and that the ammunition for the revolver was stored in a locked basement closet, 2 stories below, where the two were then standing. In an action brought by the guest against the host for assault, will the guest be likely to prevail? No, because the host did not intend to shoot her guest. No, because the host did not put her guest in the apprehension of imminent contact. Yes, because the ammunition was accessible to the host. Yes, because the host threatened her guest with a revolver. Go with B. B's right. So assault in the tort context, right, it's not, so battery is the actual contact, right? Assault is putting somebody in the fear of imminent bodily harm, is the tort of assault, which is different than the tort of battery. Well, we're at 50% again, so let's try if we can get better. See if we can do better. All right. Long one. A construction company was digging a trench for a new sewer line. Go diggers! In a street in a high crime neighborhood. During the course of the construction, there had been many thefts of tools and equipment from the construction area. One night, the construction company's employees neglected to place warning lights around the trench. A delivery truck drove into the trench and broke an axle. While the truck driver was looking for a telephone to call a tow truck, thieves broke into the truck and stole $350,000 worth of goods. The delivery company sued the construction company to recover the $350,000 loss and for the damages to its truck. The construction company has stipulated that it was negligent in failing to place warning lights around the trench and admits liability for damage to the truck, but it denies liability for the loss of goods. On cross motions for summary judgment on the claim for goods, how should the court rule? Deny both motions because there is evidence to support a finding that the construction company should have realized that its negligence could create an opportunity for a third party to commit a crime. B. Grant the construction company's motion because no one could have foreseen that the failure to place warning lights could result in the loss of cargo of valuable goods. C. Grant the construction company's motion because the criminal acts of third persons were a superseding cause of loss. D. Grant the delivery company's motion because but for the construction company's actions, the goods would not have been stolen. Let's see. That's but for, but it's not proximate causation because it's an interceding cause. That could be C. Could be B. I don't think A. It's B or C. I'm gonna go with C because you can foresee that. Come on, baby. God damn it! Okay. The personnel director of an investment company told a job applicant during an interview. Oh, sorry. Let me check the comments. Well, you got it right. The personnel director of an investment company told the job applicant during an interview that the company was worth millions of dollars and the company's portfolio would triple in the next several months. The applicant was very excited about the company's prospects and accepted an offer to work for the company. 2 days later, the applicant read in the newspaper the investment company had filed for bankruptcy reorganization. As a result of reading this news, the applicant suffered severe emotional distress, but he immediately found another comparable position. The applicant is likely to prevail for negligent misrepresentation. No, because the applicant did not suffer any physical injury or pecuniary loss. No, because the personal director's statement was purely speculative. Yes, because the applicant relied on the personal director's misrepresentations about the investment company. Yes, because the personal director should have foreseen that his misrepresentations could cause the applicant to become distressed. Well, it's definitely fucking A or B. It's definitely A. It's not B. Pecuniary means monetary. He didn't lose any money. Okay. An associate professor in the pediatrics department of a local medical school was denied tenure. He asked a national educational lobbying organization to represent him in his efforts to have the tenure decision reversed. In response to a letter from the organization on the professor's behalf, the dean of the medical school wrote to the organization explaining truthfully that the professor had been denied tenure because of reports that he had abused two of his former patients. Several months later, after a thorough investigation, the allegations were proven false, and the professor was granted tenure. He had remained working at the medical school at full pay during the tenure decision review process and suffered no pecuniary harm. In a suit for libel by the professor against the dean of medical school, will the professor be likely to prevail? No, because the professor invited the libel. No, because the professor suffered no pecuniary loss. Yes, because the dean had a duty to investigate the rumor before repeating it. Yes, because the dean's defamatory statement was in the form of a writing. So, I mean, he didn't lose his position. It was investigated and he got tenure, so he didn't suffer any harm. So to have a defamation claim, you have to show, and that libel is a written form of defamation. Libel is the written form of defamation, right? You have to show an actual harm to the person that they actually suffered in some way, either reputationally, which would prevent career enhancement professionally, or through monetary loss. I don't think there's a harm here, so I think it's not. I think it's B. To be wrong, I think it's B. It was A. How did he invite the libel? Oh, because he fucking had the other people right to ask why. That's why. Damn it. It's because he had the outside organization request the freaking reason for his not getting tenure to the dean. Damn it. Oh, I gotta think better. All right. The dentist was anesthetizing a patient's jaw before pulling a tooth. Although the dentist used due care, the hypodermic needle broke off in the patient's gum tissue, causing injury. The needle broke because of a manufacturing defect that the dentist could not have detected. Is a patient likely to recover damages in action against the dentist based on strict products liability and malpractice? No on neither basis. Yes on malpractice, but not on strict liability. Yes based on strict liability, not malpractice. Yes on both. I'm going to say no on both. Because it's not malpractice by the dentist, because he couldn't foresee it, and he's not the one who made the damn needle. If I get this one wrong, we're changing topics. All right, we'll keep going in torts then. In a civil action, the plaintiff sued a decedent, that means a dead person's estate, to recover damages for injuries she suffered in a collision between her car and one driven by the dead person. At trial, the plaintiff introduced undisputed evidence that the decedent's car had swerved across the center line of the highway into oncoming traffic, where it collided with the plaintiff's car. The decedent's estate introduced undisputed evidence that before he swerved across the center line, the decedent had suffered a fatal heart attack, which he had no reason to foresee, and that just prior to the heart attack, the decedent had been driving at a reasonable speed in a reasonable manner. The statute makes it a traffic offense to cross the center line of a highway. In this case, which party is likely to prevail? The decedent's estate, because the rebuttal evidence is undisputed. The decedent's estate, because the plaintiff has not established a prima facie case of liability. The plaintiff, because the accident was of the type that does not ordinarily happen in the absence of negligence on the actor's part. The plaintiff, because the decedent crossed the center line in violation of the statute. I'm going to say C. I'm really not sure. Nope, A. All right. All right. We're going to I'm going to do some Civ Pro. All right. A railroad worker's widow brought a wrongful death action in federal court against the railroad, claiming that its negligence has caused her husband's death. At trial, the widow offered the testimony of a co-worker of the husband. The co-worker testified that he had seen the rail car on which the husband was riding slow down and the cars behind it gain speed. The co-worker also stated that he later heard a loud crash, but did not turn around to look because loud noises were common in the yard. 3 other railroad employees testified that no collision had occurred. At the close of the evidence, the railroad moved for a judgment as a matter of law, which was denied, and the case was submitted to the jury. The jury returned a verdict for the widow. The railroad has made a renewed motion for judgment as a matter of law. Which standards should the court apply to determine how to rule on the motion? A. Whether the evidence revealed a genuine dispute of material facts in supporting the widow's claim. B. Whether the verdict is against the weight of evidence. C. Whether the widow presented a scintilla of evidence to support the verdict. D. Whether there is substantial evidence in the record to support the verdict, resolving all disputed issues in the widow's favor. Okay. A renewed motion for judgment. So that means that all the facts being resolved, it's gotta be D, I think. Yay. Are you just a good guesser there, chat, mod? All right. A plaintiff filed an action in federal district court and served the defendant with summons and complaint. The defendant moved to dismiss the complaint for failure to state a claim. This is 12b6 motion. Instead of opposing the motion to dismiss, the plaintiff voluntarily dismissed the action and filed a new action, alleging the same claims but also addressing the pleading defects outlined in the defendant's motion to dismiss. The defendant then moved to dismiss the second action, and the plaintiff again voluntarily dismissed the second action instead of filing opposition papers. The plaintiff then filed a third action alleging the same claims, but also including additional allegations that were responsive to the defendant's second motion. The defendant has moved to dismiss the third action. The plaintiff opposes the motion. Is the court likely to grant the defendant's motion? No, okay. No, because the plaintiff has promptly and diligently attempted to address the pleading defects. No, because the plaintiff voluntarily dismissed each previous action before the defendant filed an answer or moved for summary judgment. Yes, because the plaintiff failed to seek a court order dismissing the second action. Yes, because the plaintiff previously dismissed actions asserting the same claims operate as adjudication on the merits. Let's see here. Let's read this one. That was D. Really? Okay. That was a possibility, but fuck. Okay. I don't know that rule. I'll have to look into that rule. All right. With the advice and consent of the Senate, the President entered a self-executing treaty with a foreign country. The treaty provided that citizens of both nations were required to pay whatever tort damages were awarded against them by a court of either nation. A man and woman who were U.S. citizens and residents of the same state were traveling separately in the foreign country when their cars collided. The foreign court awarded the woman a judgment for $500,000 in damages for her injuries from the accident. The woman filed a suit against the man in federal district court in their home state to enforce the judgment. The man filed a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. Should the court grant the motion? Yes, because citizenship of the parties is not diverse. Yes, because the traffic accident was a non-commercial attraction outside the interstate commerce. No, because the case falls within the federal question jurisdiction of the course. No, because the treaty power is plenary and not subject to judicial review. I think it's going to be A. No, the last one was D. The last answer was D. Let's see. Shit. How's it felt? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because another nation shit. Damn it. Okay. I'll do another one of these or two. A football team entered into a 10-year lease with a city for the use of the city's athletic stadium. 5 years into the lease, the team threatened to leave the stadium and move to another city. The city sued the team in federal court, seeking a permanent injunction to prevent the team from breaching its lease and leaving. In its answer, the team included a counterclaim seeking $10 million in damages for losses caused by the city's alleged failure to properly maintain the stadium, as the lease required. The team demanded a jury trial on the counterclaim. The city moved in its claim for a permanent injunction before the trial on the team's counterclaim. The team objected and moved that the jury trial of its counterclaim be held before the trial of the city's injunction claim. How should the court rule on the party's motion? The court should first hold a jury trial of the team's counterclaim and then non-jury trial for the issuing of the remaining city's claim. B. The court should first hold a non-jury trial of the city's claim without giving binding effect to its findings or conclusions in the latter jury trial of the team's counterclaim. C. The court should first hold a non-jury trial of the city's claim and then a jury trial of the issues remaining in the team's counterclaim. D. The court should schedule a jury trial of both the city's claim and the team's counterclaim. Well, that's not right. So D is not right. I think the court should first hold a non-jury trial for the city's claim without giving binding effects to its findings or conclusions in the later jury trial of the team's counterclaim. I think it's B. What? Goddamn. All right. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna maybe jump back on land and do this, but it's not going well. So I'm gonna take a break and maybe a nap, and we will reconvene after this. Gotta get my fucking head on straight because it's not looking good, kids. But woof, woof. All right, love y'all. I'll be on later today. Take good care and mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy Saturday.